With another action-packed week of footy in the rearview mirror and a host of stellar performances to pick apart, coming up with a 17-man team of the week is getting harder and harder. The Parramatta Eels managed to lodge their first win of the season and managed to provide 2 contributors to the side, while the Sharks finished off the round with a comprehensive upset of the Panthers on Sunday afternoon and have 4 players in the mix across the starting 12 and the bench. Without further ado, here is the Real Sport Round 7 Team of the Week. As the Sharks proved too strong for the Panthers on home soil, fullback Josh Duggan put together his best performance since joining the club. Back at the back and starting to feel his way into the role after some time the centres, Duggan was almost unstoppable and made for a torrid evening for the Penrith defence. While Duggan didn't grab a 4-pointer of his own, he was instrumental in much of the good work on show for the Sharks, and he finished with 118 metres running from just 14 runs, nicely bolstered by a huge kick return where he skinned young Penrith winger Christian Creighton. Hughes was also heavily involved in creating opportunities, supply the deft kick which sparked the first try of the game for the Sharkies early on. The Knights managed to bank a handy 22-20 win over the West's Tigers in Tamworth in fairly dramatic style, and while he wasn't the man that planted the pill for the match winner in the 78th minute, he did snag 3 tries on his way to a dominant performance. Seo was at his try-scoring best on Saturday night, and his efforts were instrumental in securing 2 valuable competition points for the Novocastrians. The winger also cracked 130 run meters from 13 runs and broke the line on 3 separate occasions, proving more than a handful for his opposite number. Chambers has long been one of the premier centres in the game, and he proved his worth once again with a strong effort in Melbourne's 34-20 win against the Broncos in Brisbane. Winning in Brisbane is never easy, but Chambers helped ensure the Storm got across the line with a late try in the 74th minute as part of a strong all-round performance. Chambers was one of 5 Storm players who crossed the 100 running meters threshold, while he also proved instrumental in defense on more than one occasion. Jesse Ramin is fast becoming one of the better young centers in the game, and at a time when the position is seemingly more suited to converted back rowers, he's a rare gem. Ramin was on song in a big way as the Sharks dispatched the Panthers on home soil, carving through the Penrith fringe defence with ease a few times and providing a handy support option to the likes of Josh Duggan and Chad Townsend. Throw in a pair of tries in the second half and you have a well-deserved one-way ticket straight into the Real Sport NRL Team of the Week. If Will Chambers had a strong week at right centre, left winger Josh Addo-Carr will also be content with his role in Melbourne's big win in Brisbane. Addo-Carr, better known as the Fox, was in fine form once again, snaring a pair of 4-pointers himself as well as also crossing 100 running meters across the 80 minutes. The Storm are starting to find their groove, and it is the outside guys like Addo-Carr who will benefit greatly. The Warriors have been the surprise packet over the course of the 2018 season so far, and much of the positivity surrounding the Kiwi club can be attributed to Green's coolness and calmness under pressure and his simple but effective directional play. Plenty expected the Warriors may crash to earth against fellow high flyers St. George Illawarra, but Green's combination with Mason Lino has steered the team perfectly through another Sean Johnson injury, and the experience and poise of the veteran 5'8" is proving invaluable. We can't throw Blake Green into this side without including his partner in crime Mason Lino. Lino has filled the boots of Sean Johnson with aplomb, and the Warriors have not missed a beat due to how quickly the pair have come together and formed their partnership. The young half kicked off the try-scoring on Friday night, grabbing a 4-pointer in the 4th minute, and showed plenty of poise to see out the tight contest and grab 2 valuable competition points. Beware the wounded Shark. With fears Andrew Fifita had torn his ACL last week, few expected a huge impact from the big man this week against Penrith, but when you least expect it, Andrew Fifita delivers, and he did. Fifita was almost unstoppable through the middle of the ruck and went toe-to-toe with one of the most informed forward packs in the competition, finishing with 120 meters from 20 runs and 35 tackles in a mammoth effort. Is there a more informed player than Isaac Luke in a contract year? Seriously, the Kiwi hooker has been almost unplayable so far in 2018, and he's managed to find the sort of form that ranked him as one of the best rakes in the game just a few years ago. It's probably no coincidence that he's playing for his future at the club, but Warriors fans won't mind as long as he continues to play as well out of dummy half as he did against the Dragons on Friday night. Canterbury and New South Wales fans rejoice. David Klemmer has been in fine form and looks ready for a big Origin series with the Blues. While the Bulldogs couldn't even scrape together a single point against the Roosters on Thursday night, Clemmer was at least prepared to get down into the trenches and go to war with the Roosters pack, do everything in its power to shake off a tag of soft in the middle. Clemmer clearly relishes the tough stuff and it's great to watch. In the same torrid affair as David Clemmer, Matterson was a man on a mission for the Sydney Roosters, clocking up 57 tackles in a huge display at NZ Stadium. Matterson topped the tackle count for both sides comfortably, 10 ahead of the next best and Boyd Cordner, and he was invaluable for the Chooks in a game that quickly devolved into an arm wrestle through the middle of the ruck. Throw in 58 running meters and you've got to hand Matterson a jersey this week. One of the few blokes to make the cut this week despite their side losing, Glenn did everything in his power to keep the Broncos within touching distance of an impressive Melbourne Storm outfit. A 58th-minute try, coupled with 23 tackles and 116 running meters from 14 hit-ups is enough to squeeze Glenn into the back row this week. I contemplated dropping Sam Burgess from this side simply based on his dumb suspension. As my old coach used to say between puffs of his hand-rolled ciggies, son, your best ability is your availability, but he was a terrible coach and 180 running meters from 15 runs and 19 tackles was always going to be enough to work Burgess into the side given no other lock forward looked in the same class over the weekend. Now Sammy, just stay on the field bud, interchange. I'm not even a Newcastle fan, but this kid Kalyn Ponga reminds me of what it was like watching footy growing up and being completely in awe of the ability of the freakish talent in our game. A few experts questioned whether Ponga could live up to the hype and the price tag Newcastle shelled out for him, but he's well on the way and he only looks like getting better moving forward. Ponga was huge, especially after the Knights lost Pearce, and they'll ask plenty of him over the coming weeks without their star halfback thrust into the starting side and asked to get more heavily involved after the early injury to Luke Lewis. Sorensen put together the best performance of his young career in Cronulla's win over the Panthers. Sorensen only clocked 57 run meters and 12 tackles, but it was the impact of his hit-ups, right into the teeth of the big Penrith pack, that earned him his call-up to the Team of the Week. Behold, the first Parramatta player to nab a spot in the Real Sport NRL Team of the Week for 2018. Manu Mau was a beast for the Eels as they notched their first win of the season, scoring a try in the 26th minute to go with his 124 running meters, 21 tackles and 13 hit-ups. Mitchell Moses was also instrumental in the Eels' first win of the season. His goal kicking was strong, his direction and attacking play were elegant, and he had a hand in much of the good Parramatta did with the ball. There's still plenty of question marks on the kid, but if he gets back to that level on a more consistent basis, he'll be alright. Do you agree with Real Sports NRL Team of the Week for Round 7? Let us know in the comments below. Want to share your opinion? Why not write for us? Previous post, next post.